Okay, so today we are going to discuss the second chapter, that is the forest and the wildlife resources. Today, this is a revision of the second chapter. I am going to give you the overview of the chapter. As you all already know, that chapter will not come in the board examination, only for the pre-midterm examination. For pre-midterm examination, we are going to read the chapter, and basically from this chapter, very short type question answers will be coming in the pre-midterm examination. No 3 marks, no 5 marks question answers will come from this chapter. Basically, when we read the chapter, we have seen from this chapter the basic thing, what is biodiversity? What is biodiversity or biological diversity? It could come as a 1 marks question. Biodiversity means in our earth or planet, we are having the rich wildlife as well as different kind of the flora and fauna are present, and both are interdependent on each other. They create a multiple network of interdependency, and this is called the biodiversity. For example, we can say that in our planet we are having the plants, we are having different kind of the animals, microorganisms, we are having different kinds of the flowering species and all. So this is called the biodiversity of the nature. So basically the first one, it could come, what do you mean by the term biodiversity or biological diversity, for 1 mark. Next, in case of the world, there are so many species are there, which all species are under the great threat. What are those species? The plants like mahua, then the species of the grass that is known as Hubertia hyperion. Then in case of this species, this for all species like the mountain quail, the forest spotted owl, then the cheetah, the pink-headed duck, this all species are on the verge of the extinction. They are categorized as critical. So short question can come, which species are categorized as critical, or give 2 example of the species which are on the verge of the extinction. So we can go for the cheetah, pink-headed duck, mountain quail, forest spotted owl, and then the plants like Madhuca insignis, that is called a wild variety of the mahua, and as well as Hubertia hyperion, and that is a species of the grass. So these names you need to read, because these names are the names of the species which are on the verge of the extinction. Now next we will go to read about, or we need to read about the IUCN classification. The classification of different species according to IUCN. The IUCN full form is the International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources. Please underline this particular sentence, International Union for Conservation of the Nature and Natural Resources. This one come as a very short question, like write down the full form of IUCN or name the organization who made the classification of the species. So according to the IUCN, we have classified the species, that is the normal species, endangered species, extinct species, endemic species, rare species, and vulnerable species. These all are the 6 classification that is made by the IUCN. Now what is this normal species? Normal species means they are species whose population level is normal for their survival. Like in our local areas, we can find huge amount of the sal tree, pine tree, all are present. So this is the normal species. They are not under any kind of the threat of the extinction. Now the next one is the endangered species. These species are on the danger of extinction. This is called the endangered species. If the negative factors, that means if the deforestation or hunting, poaching, this kind of the negative factor will continue to operate, so this species will be endangered, or this species will be totally extinct from the world. The examples you need to learn, that black buck, crocodile, Indian wild ass, Indian rhino, lion-tailed macaw, Shanghai. This is an brow-antlered deer from in Manipur. We can see this. The examples are very important because of the MCQ questions. The MCQ questions can be made in this way. Suppose Indian rhino is an example of endangered species, endemic species, extinct species. You need to choose the correct option. That's why you need to go through all the examples. Otherwise, it is not possible to do the answer, and as well as the definition of the endangered species. Now the next thing that we are having, that is the vulnerable species. The meaning of the vulnerable species: these species are categorized under a population which population has declined to the level from where it could be convert or move into the endangered. That means vulnerable means one step back from the endangered. This species population is decreasing day by day, and it could be possible if the negative factors, that means hunting, poaching, cleaning of the forest, these things will continue. So this will be considered, or this will be moved into the group of the endangered category. Again the examples, all the examples you need to read: blue sheep, Asiatic elephant, Gangetic dolphin, etc. Now the third one is the rare species. The meaning of the rare species: this species population is very small. They can move into the endangered as well as vulnerable category if continue hunting, poaching, these activities will goes on. And the example: wild Asiatic buffalo, desert fox, hornbill, Himalayan brown bear, these all are the example of the rare species. Again the question can come: define the term rare species, give two example, or MCQs can come: wild Asiatic buffalo is an example of, options could be given, or fill in the blanks could come from here, that wild Asiatic buffalo is an example of dash species. So in that particular dash you need to write it is a rare species. Now the next one, it is the endemic species. The meaning of the endemic means these species are only found in some particular regions or some particular areas of the world which is isolated by the geographical barriers from other region. Example, suppose you think about Andaman and Nicobar. By the sea, Bay of Bengal, that is separated from Indian mainland. So in these areas which are separated by some geographical barriers, we can see some amount of the species are there. Suppose Andaman teal, Nicobar pigeon, Andaman wild pig, Mithun in Arunachal Pradesh, these all are the example of the endemic species. Now the next one, it is the extinct species. Extinct species means which are not found, which are not existed actually. Example: Asiatic cheetah, pink-headed duck, these all are the example of extinct species. So this classification is very important, definition as well as the examples. Now the next one is the Asiatic cheetah. Asiatic cheetah is the world's fastest mammal. The speed of the Asiatic cheetah is 112 km per hour, and in case of the Asiatic cheetah, the continent or the countries of Africa, continent of the Africa and Asia, we had actually the Asiatic cheetah, but nowadays Asiatic cheetah is nearly extinct. What are the reasons behind the extinction of the Asiatic cheetah? That is the decline, the availability of habitat, because their space of living is declining or decreasing, as well as the reason is their number of the prey is also decreasing. There are two reasons. One is the loss of the habitat, another one is the number of their prey. That means the animals which they will have, that number of those animals is also decreasing because of the hunting and poaching. So that's why the number of the Asiatic cheetah is decreasing, and this species was declared extinct in the year from India in the year 1952. Now very short questions can come, which is the fastest mammal, then the speed, then suppose it could come like when it was declared as an extinct species from India, or in which continent we could see Asiatic cheetah. Now the next topic is there, that is the negative. What are the negative factors that cause such fearful depletion of the flora and fauna? There are so many negative factors that affect the depletion of the flora and fauna. We can say that hunting, poaching, deforestation, industrialization, extension of the agricultural activity, mining activity, expansion of the railway, this all are the reason behind the depletion of the flora and fauna. Though the short questions will come, it can come, mention any 2 or 3 factors or negative factors due to that the number of the flora and fauna is decreasing in our country. So any 2 or 3 factors you can write. There is no need to explanation in case of 1 marks of the question. So you could write the mining activity, you can write the deforestation, you can write hunting and poaching. These all things lead to the depletion of the flora and fauna. Now the next important part of the chapter is the colonial forest policy. Obviously the colonial forest policy to be blamed, because in case of the colonial forest policy, what was the actually colonial forest policy? We have seen that there are some favorite species in the time of the colonies of the different countries. In case of the India, we have seen that because of the importance of the wood, or because of economical reasons only, the British people, they used to plant pine trees in case of the Himalayan region, and they cut down or they cleared the Himalayan oak and the Himalayan rhododendron forest. So, and in case of the South India, they used to plant teak trees, because these trees are having some economic importance, and they cleared the local vegetation. And this concept is called ironically enrichment plantation. 1 marks question can come, what do you mean by enrichment plantation? You mark over here, enrichment plantation is a concept where a single commercially valuable species was extensively planted and other species is eliminated. Example you can give, teak monoculture has damaged the natural forest in the South India, or the cheer pine plantation in the Himalayan region have replaced the Himalayan oak and the rhododendron forest. This colonial forest policy is important for the short question. Okay. Now the next thing is there, Himalayan yew. This is another example of a tree which is actually on the verge of the extinction, or as well as it is extinct from our country only. Himalayan yew is a medicinal plant actually. From the bark, the needle, the twigs as well as the root of this plant, we are used to collect the taxol that is actually used to make the medicine of cancer disease. We are collecting the drug that is the biggest selling anti-cancer drug in the world. That plant name is Himalayan yew. Because of this reason only, this plant was overexploited, and in the last 1 decade, thousands of the plant or Himalayan yew trees have dried up in various parts of the Himachal Pradesh and Arunachal Pradesh. Question can come, give an example of the plant which is a medicinal plant and which is about to extinct from our country. Name the states where Himalayan yew can found. This kind of the questions can be there. Now the next part is there that you need to read for the short question. That is the Indian Wildlife Protection Act. To sort out these problems, like to solve the problem of the depletion of the flora and fauna and all, government have taken so many steps. Over there, the government have taken National Wildlife Protection Program, and in the year 1972, Indian government implemented the Indian Wildlife Protection Act. Not only the Protection Act, over there Protection Act, they talk about the banning the hunting, giving legal protection to the habitat, restrict the trade in the wildlife, as well as they have declared so many forests as a national park or the wildlife sanctuary, by which they can protect the animal as well as the trees. In case of the government, they have taken so many action also, like they have started Project Tiger, Project Elephant, Project One Horn Rhino, or Project Indian Bastard. These things they have started to protect the forest. Question can come, name any two projects which has been undertaken by the government to protect the wildlife of our country. Suppose example, we can talk about the Project Tiger. Project Tiger was a project which is taken to protect the wild species in the year 1973. Gradually, the number of the tiger was decreasing. That's why this step has been taken by the government. In the year 1973, the project was launched, and over there they have made so many national parks or so many bioreserves to protect these tigers only, like the Manas Tiger Reserve in Assam, Periyar Tiger Reserve in Kerala. In West Bengal, there is Sundarban. Jim Corbett is in Uttarakhand, Sarik